That build-up for Thrawn is paying off, isn't it? Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to give you my thoughts on the latest episode of Rebels being Through Imperial Eyes, which is a very Callus-centric episode, and it really delves deep into the Imperial point of view and where the Imperials are coming from and how the Imperials operate. This was an excellent episode. Season 3 is shaping up. The second half of season 3 is shaping up to be just as good as the second half of season 2 was here for Rebels. They're doing such a good job of building up Thrawn throughout the first half of season 3 and the first half of the second half, so the third quarter of the season. They dedicated all of that to just building up Thrawn and him as a threat, which I know a lot of diehard Legends fans like myself we're getting really impatient with, because we know what Thrawn's capable of. We know how clever he is and how capable he is and how he's just a devious tactician who's incredibly powerful, at least in the cerebral sense. He's very, very good at outsmarting his enemies. He's very, very good at pushing people's buttons in just the right way and doing so through careful study and psychology and sociological studies. He's capable of defeating pretty much everyone, that's one of the downsides to the character. He's capable of so many things that the only way that he's going to get dealt with is by a betrayal that nobody sees coming, but that betrayal has to be so carefully orchestrated in order to slip past him, because he's such an intelligent being. You know what? That doesn't matter, because Thrawn's back in full force. This entire episode, I was sitting there going, "No, Callus, I know you think you're being all clever, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work." And it doesn't work. It just points Thrawn exactly in the right direction as to where Fulcrum is and who Fulcrum is. So let's start from the beginning. Ezra deliberately gets captured in order to warn and extract Callus as Agent Fulcrum. They're doing this because they think that Thrawn is getting too close to Callus. Thrawn is getting too close to being able to pin him properly, and that Thrawn is going to be bringing in help. So they get captured. Ezra gets captured, and everything gets kind of switched up when that lieutenant guy from the Princess on Lothal episode from season 2 kind of gets all uppity and excited about capturing a rebel, so he runs off with Callus and Ezra over to the Chimera, which is not where they were hoping to escape from. And they went over to the Chimera, and you end up meeting Colonel Yularen, who is actually Admiral Yularen from the Clone Wars series, and also still Colonel Yularen from A New Hope, the conference room scene. Which, again, I love all that connective tissue. I've always adored. I love how the new canon is so intricately connected, while it still feels like the galaxy is a large place. It doesn't feel super constrained. They've done a very good job so far. Lucasfilm writers and the story groups and everything like that, they've done an amazing job of making sure that they're not forcing the galaxy to shrink, but still make it feel connected. And that's a very, very delicate balance that they're managing to strike, I think. Okay, so we just got to Yularen, and then we end up having this really fun kind of spy gamey sort of setup thing where Callus swaps his code cylinders with the lieutenants and then frames the lieutenant for being Fulcrum, and Ezra and his escape party being AP5, Chopper, Captain Rex, and Kanan all end up being able to escape. Callus decides to stay behind. But during that whole spy game thing, Callus or Ezra decide that it's a good idea to delete the planet that the rebel base is on, and then replace it with a new planet on uh, Thrawn's ever shortening list of possible targets. And I'm sitting there the second that I heard them mention that, I'm like, no, don't do that. It's Thrawn, man. He's too smart. You know he has all 94 of those planets completely memorized. Probably there it's narrowed down to 60 now because he's already scouted out 30. But the point is that he has all those planets memorized, and if he sees that being changed, it's changed. They're not taking Thrawn as seriously as they need to, which I know that's coming from a Legends fan who's read the Thrawn trilogy and everything like that, so I know how scary Thrawn can be. They don't know that yet, but it's it's painful in a good way to watch them just blunder through these interactions with Thrawn. And now Thrawn not only is a master tactician, but apparently he can take on Imperial sentry droids by himself in hand-to-hand combat just fine. I mean, he might be a little bit winded, but not very much. Callus goes to reprogram um, Thrawn's training droids, which are the same sentry droids that we saw in the Winkathu job. And they attack him, and he just, I mean, he does, I mean, he has to work to get rid of them, but not very hard. And he's very, very calm about it and very, very calculating and capable, just like his actual battle strategist side. And it was awesome to see Thrawn just take these guys out like nobody's business. And I'm thinking that he's going to end up getting into a fight with one of our main characters, and they're going to be very surprised at at his hand-to-hand capabilities and his blaster capabilities. The ending scene, which is probably the biggest bit, where Thrawn and Yularen are sitting there talking in Thrawn's office, and Thrawn goes, "Yeah, no, it's not the lieutenant. It's Callus." And Yularen goes, "Really? I would have never known." And Thrawn goes, "Yeah, no, it was totally Callus. He swapped cold cylinders, and it's too easy, and da 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 da. Here's all my crazy Sherlock Holmesy explanations and reasonings." So, and now he's going to be more useful as Agent Fulcrum than he will be Agent Callus. Yep. All that waiting for Thrawn to actually start doing something in Rebels is paying off. Man, the chopper base is so screwed. There's again another wonderful Rebels recon for this episode that I will leave a link for down in the description below. Definitely go and check that out. You can see Pablo Hidalgo's dramatic acting skills, which are most impressive. And let's see here. I think that's about it, but I'd love to know what you guys think. Leave a like on the video if you like these kind of reviews. Leave a comment down below. You can also follow me on social media. I've got my Twitter and Instagram link down below, or my Twitch account where we stream every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the United States. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.